G'day folks, how you going? Welcome back. Today we're covering a little bit of the game, AFL football action here. We have got the Gold Coast Suns against my team, the mighty Magpies, the Collingwood team. Ryan, how you going, Squire? Welcome in. What's going on, young fella? What's happening? What's happening over there? Should be a good game. I tell you what, I've just watched the last game with Addy G over there. Fremantle and Sydney, and of course, Fremantle got up on that one. So that was a good game. Unfortunately, that put Fremantle to third on the ladder as I have a look. And of course, in this game here, the Gold Coast Suns, they're wanting to climb the ladder a bit. They're a game out of the top 8, so they need to win this game to get into the top 8, which is, on the way to the finals in the second half of the season. And of course, Collingwood now dropped down to 5th. They need this win to secure a spot in the top 4. So we're hoping for the Pies victory today. We've only got about 3.5 minutes away. Hey, John, how you going, Squire? What's happening? Hey, Al, I tell you what, that was a close game. That was a close game. I thought the last kick of the game there, the Swans might have done it. They might have done it and won. But unfortunately, I think he tried to overkick the ball there. He tried to kick the ball and he didn't get the distance and it went skew. So, yeah, unfortunately for the Sydney supporters out there, but I tell you what, the Freo supporters were happy. I know Adrian was absolutely ecstatic. He was biting his nails watching that game. Anyway, the team lineups here for today, the Gold Coast Suns versus Collingwood. We've got a few big ins here. So we've got ins for the Gold Coast, Ben King and Nick Holman. There we go on the outs of Jack Rogers, Brandon Ellis through injury. And, of course, for the Magpies, we've got some stars back in the team today, which they've been looking for quite some time. They've been well undermanned team, but they've still been getting the job done very, very nicely. And, of course, we've got Oleg Markov is there. Great backman. Of course, we've got the captain, the superstar of the competition, Scotty Pendlebury, makes his way back. And of course, the forward, Brody Myercheck, he'll be a great addition to the side up forward for them. Jordan Ngoe, the tank that runs forward and through the midfield. That's what we're looking for. Joe Richards, of course. And of course, Charlie Dean is being omitted with Finley McRae. Lockie Schultz to be missed up there as a forward pocket player down up there for Collingwood. Of course, Reef McInnes is omitted with Hugh Giant. But there is the lineups. Looking for some big games today. Should be a big game. I know Gold Coast Suns usually play well against Collingwood. Even though I'm a Collingwood supporter, I'm hoping Collingwood win. Should be a good game. Should be tight. Should be close. Go Pies. That's what we've got. We want the Pies to win there. Looking for some big games there from Bobby Hill. And, of course, Will Hoskinelli is going to do his role again. He's always performing there for the Magpies. But, of course, Collingwood sitting 5th on the ladder, 36 points. 2 points behind Essendon and 2 points behind Fremantle. Just a game behind Carlton. A little bit low on the percentage there, 107.3. But a victory today will secure a top 4 position. All right, let me just check the settings. Audio, default. That's a good question. Why is that mute? All right. Oh, the sound now. Oh, good stuff. Good. Yeah, I'm not sure. For some reason the mic was going in and out. I'm not sure. Thanks for that. Thanks for letting me know. I was mute, getting no sound. Annie, how you going? Welcome in. Yeah, happy boy over there. Of course, over on Adrian, watching the Freo over there. But it's all good stuff. You know, we're hoping for a victory here for the Pies today. Starting soon, so it should be just about starting. Where is the game? Let me have a look at the game. All right, so the game is underway. The bounce has been on. Starting soon. Well, it's actually started. So the game has, Michael, St Kilda versus Sydney Swans. New week. Who might win this game? I'll tell you what. I think the Swans were a little bit unlucky today. I think Fremantle brought so much pressure today. And it was a little bit rare to see them in that form, especially in Sydney. So I think Sydney won't lose 2 in a row, and I think next week they will. After 2 minutes, the ball in disputes on the ground. They're both going for it, Gold Coast and Collingwood. I think the umpires are going to come in and ball it up. Here we are. They're going to ball it up. Where is the... Now let me just reload this page. There we go. That's better. That's better. Now we've got the timeline going and we can see the scores as they appear. The Swans are not going to win. I can tell you that. They didn't win today. They lost by a point. The Swans lost by a single point today. So there we go. There we go. But we're definitely looking for a win for the Pies today. We need to secure the top 4 position here. Anyway, the ball's been thrown in the Gold Coast forward line. Gold Coast has a snap for goal, and of course the first score on the board goes to the Gold Coast today with a behind. So Howe got the ball, kicks out, bad option. Gold Coast market, 55 out from goal. And a 50's been given to the Gold Coast, so that'll bring him right in front, a couple of metres straight out in front of the Gold Coast goal. So Gold Coast will put the first score on the board, the first major. Nick Holman will be the first goal scorer. He hasn't kicked yet, but he's straight in front, 3 metres out, comes in, kicks through and kicks truly. So there is the first on the board, first major for the Gold Coast Suns. What we're not looking for, we don't want to give those cheap goals away too easily with 50-metre penalties. A little bit of a disappointing start there. So the reason for the 50, the umpire said to Crisp on the mark to stand. Of course, if you move off your mark before the player's moved, it is a 50-metre penalty. So that was harsh. So there we go. Swans lead 1-1-7. Collingwood yet to score. 3 minutes in. All right, ball back in the centre square. Umpire bounces. Cameron Witts go at it. Dacos out of the centre, up to the forward 50. Lipinski clears it inside 50. Hoskin Elliott, Flanders, Gold Coast, get the ball. Clearing it out of the back line now. Up to the wing, Gold Coast running it well. Long kick. Witts gets under the mark and grabs it. About to pull it in inside the forward 50 again. No, decides to handball. Kicks to the top of the square. And King again for the Gold Coast Sun. Takes an easy, uncontested mark. About 20 metres on just the slightest of angles. So a slow start from the Pies here. And, of course, the Suns have come out of the blocks running. King comes in and slots it straight through the centre. And the Gold Coast Sun goes further ahead. 2 goals, 1. 13 Magpies yet to score. Let me put a little bit of background music in there. There we go. That could be a little bit better. Thanks everyone for coming in. 14 million in the house. Come to see how this game goes today. I said we're looking for a Pies victory here, but they're very slow off the mark. And of course, only 6 minutes in, it's been all Gold Coast Suns from here. 2-1-13. They've been quite accustomed to this lately. The Collingwood team. They do get off to their slow start, which they do need to rectify. It's been a little bit of an issue. Back in the centre, bounced off. Gold Coast gets the tap. Long into the Gold Coast 50. Collingwood come away with the ball, though. Noble kicks out to the wing to side bottom. Front on contact to Gold Coast. So Gold Coast have the free kick. Centre wing. Looking where to kick to. Kicks down the line. Chop of the arm. Gold Coast 55 out. Have the kick. King's looking good so far early in the game. Kicks it long in. But all Collingwood, and Crampton takes the mark. Deep inside Gold Coast forward. Crampton about to kick down the line. Players go up. Ballard takes the mark for Gold Coast. And it's going to be another re-entry for the Gold Coast into their 50. Comes in. Sticks a high one up. Players go up. King goes for it. Can't mark. DeGoey comes away with the ball. Bursts out of the back 50. Centre wing. McCreary chases the ball. Kicks into the forward 50. Myercheck steps, dances around, has a shot for goal, snaps on the left foot and bang! Myercheck. Collingwood score their first major here. 9 minutes into the first quarter, and it's Gold Coast 2-1-13. Collingwood 1 major, 6. That's what we come to see for the Collingwood team. Fast run, fast pace. And of course, Myercheck, little dance and the perfect snap. The ball goes end over end straight through the centre. A well-needed goal by the Magpies. Hey, Paul, how you going, brother? Hi, Gold Coast bull to win. You reckon Gold Coast to win? I tell you what, the Gold Coast have started off this game in fine fashion. They come out of the blocks really, really strong. And of course, Collingwood got their first taste of the ball, taste of the action where they could get a little bit of run on. And of course, took it all the way down for a goal. So that was good. We're looking for a close game. A close game's a good game, folks. And of course, that's what it could be here today. Both sides look like they're on. So I know, Paul, we're going for the Pies today. It should be a good game. As I said, I wasn't sure who's going to win this game. Of course, up in the Gold Coast. So here we go. Hey, Ryan from Paul. Now I know why I don't bet on the footy. All my tips yesterday were wrong. It's like that. That's why I gave up the footy tipping. Anyway, the umpires bounced the ball back in the centre. The Gold Coast have got it out. Has a quick snap out. And Gold Coast take another mark inside their forward 50. Ben King again is doing his job. Lines up for goal. 40 metres out. Pretty much directly in front. It looks good. It looks good. It's straight over the goal umpire's head. And it's another major for the Suns. All right, Gold Coast. Here we go. 3 goals, 119 lead the Magpies. 1 goal straight, 6 behinds. All right. So the ball's gone back to the centre. The umpire's about to bounce it again. 13 minutes remaining in this opening quarter here. Umpire walks in, about to bounce the ball. Ruck's about to go at it. Bounces off. Crisp clearance for the Magpies. Harrison lays a strong tackle on the Gold Coast player, and the umpire will ball it up. Throwing up. Ruckman elude each other. Crisp gets the ball, floats it inside 50 for Collingwood's forward 50. Yulin tackled by the Collingwood player, and of course it spills out of bounds, and the umpire will throw it in. Eddie G, how you going, brother? There's a very happy man with Fremantle winning by 1 point. I'll tell you what, that was a wowee moment, wasn't it? Avery, how you going? Ended Sydney career. How you going, Avery? Thanks for coming in there. I saw you were the first chatter. Here we go. To go, he's got the ball. He snaps for goal. Wow. Fades to the left and through for 1 behind. 3-1-19. Collingwood 1-1-7. Gold Coast kicks it out from the back line. Small chip. Gold Coast out of their back 50. Handball it over. Hansen. Jeffrey handballs it, runs into his own opponent and knocks his own opponent, the Gold Coast, out of bounds. Forward half wing, we're going to have a throw in. Ball thrown in. Rucks go at it. DeGoey comes through, can't take it. Ball's on the ground in dispute. The umpire comes in, blows his whistle. Give it to me, boys. We'll ball this one up. Going to head to this buffet. You're going to go to the buffet. You're going out for dinner already, Addy G? All right, so Collingwood's got the ball on their back 50. Gold Coast tried to break the tackle, but Howell got him well, and it was dropping the ball. Howell, so he's looking to kick. Kicks long down forward. Centre ground, but the Gold Coast come out with the mark. Play on. Quick kick into the forward 50. Markov, more. De Goey's now got it. Kicks out of the defensive 50. Kruger marks up, kicks deep. Here comes Myercheck for a second goal for the Magpies, and through it goes. Myercheck puts the second major on the board for Collingwood. Of course, that fast, quick play of the Magpies from out of the back line. The Gold Coast just can't run with them at the moment. They're finding space all over the ground when they do that. Gold Coast 3-1. Collingwood 2-1, 13. Gold Coast by 6 points here at the 15-minute mark of the opening quarter. Boo Geelong better. I tell you what, tonight I think, because Geelong's playing Essendon tonight, so I might cover that game as well. But all us fans, of course, Addy G out there, the Freo supporters and the Collingwood supporters, we're actually looking for who do we want to win tonight? We're actually looking for a Geelong, I think, win tonight, because Essendon are sitting fourth on the ladder. So that will keep Fremantle third on the ladder, and that'll, if the Pies win, we'll jump over them. All right, so back to the game we go. Gold Coast have got the ball out on the wing. Sexton. Short pass, takes the mark. Into the forward 50 of Gold Coast, but Moore comes over the top and knocks it out of bounds. Ball about to be thrown back in here. Forward pocket for the Gold Coast Suns. Ball goes in. Markov takes it, but tackled to the ground, and the umpire will ball it up. Umpire balls it up. Nick Dacos got the ball, tackled high, takes the free kick. Plays on quickly, heads out to Rayner. Ooh. McCleary's taken in a tackle, and of course, holding the ball, and Gold Coast take the kick again. Gold Coast with the ball. Kicking long down to their defensive forward. Defensive forward? Oh, the defensive forward's the one. Hey, Halfwood, how you going, Squire? Go the Pies. I agree. Go the Pies. Go the Pies. Of course, Quainer is having his 100th game for the Pies, so congratulations to him. Now, let's hope it's a big one for him. All right, ball back in play. Players jump all over it, and of course the umpire will ball it up 65 metres out from the Gold Coast goal. Gold Coast have the ball, quick kick into their forward 50, scrambles it inside 50, knocked away. Quainer handballs, recovers. Dacos kicks inboard. Dangerous kick, but it comes off. Pendlebury knocks it over. Here comes Bobby Hill running into an open goal, into 50, but decides to chip it over to Will Hoskin-Elliott, who runs into an open goal and puts another one on the board for the Magpies. Great play with the master. All started with Nick Dacos in the back line. Of course, that run through the corridor for the Magpies, what they love to do. They get it done again. 3 goals, 1 Suns, 3-1 Magpies. We're all tied up here. The 19-minute mark of the first quarter. Hey, Joe, how you going, brother? What's happening? How you doing? Good stuff. Who you going for, Joe? We're going for the Gold Coast Suns, or we're going for the mighty, mighty Magpies? I tell you what, the Gold Coast look reasonably good when they take it forward for this first 10 minutes. The Collingwood, they're a little bit they're a little bit lackluster. They're a little bit slow early, but they're getting their game together. They're getting their run together. And they're looking very, very dangerous. Umpire back in the centre, balls it up. Anderson caught immediately, gets the handball away. Ainsworth, Miller, inside 50 for the Gold Coast Sun. Bad bounce. Oh, Gold Coast missed the bounce. More handballs it, but has been taken over the boundary line. Forward pocket for the Gold Coast Suns. They had a chance to get that goal, but it just bounced the wrong way. Hey, Joe, thanks, brother, for the hair dye. That's what it like. It's working okay, isn't it? It's not working too bad. The hair dye is working all right. Yeah, advanced hair. All right, back to the middle we go. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate that, Squire. Good man. What do you mean, go Suns, Ryan? No. Boo the Suns. Go the Pies. All right, Gold Coast have got the mark on their forward 50. Comes back inboard. Makes the angle just a little bit better, but still on the forward 50. Ben Ainsworth. He's got about 4 goals, 7 this year, so accuracy's, mid-range. That's good, Joe. I tell you what, I like it when it's like that. Comes in. Lines up, 45-degree angle, swings out, makes it worse, and shanks it. Out of bounds on the full, misses the whole lot, and of course Collingwood will take the ball. Well, that was a clanger. All right, so Moore has the ball now for Collingwood. Right next to the point post, plays on, runs across face of goal, kicks it long. Noble. Flies Harrison. Gold Coast pick the ball up. Harrison tackles. Pressure on the handball. Gold Coast again. Inside. Ran away. Through the centre. Jeffrey for the Gold Coast. Kick it deep inside their forward 50. Moore tries to mark. Can't mark. But Moore recovers. The Cavalry arrive. Maynard. Noble. Quonor. Harrison, crisp, handball, long handball, but gathered up by the Gold Coast players, but tackled fiercely by Quainer, and it's going to be a ball up. Centre wing for the Gold Coast Suns. Anderson with the clearance for the Gold Coast. To Goey, tackles well, and it's holding the ball. So Goey for Collingwood. Take the free kick. I'm back. Checking cams. Cheers, Avery. Good stuff. All right. On the wing. Goey kicks for Bobby Hill, and he takes a stretching mark. 55 out from the Collingwood goal. Lace out kick. Absolutely fantastic by Goey there. Short kick over to Hoskin Elliott, who takes the mark. 42 metres out on the boundary. His eyes darting left and right. He's trying to pass for a better position. Settle down, son. Settle down. No, he decides to kick inboard. Goes to Bobby Hill, but he can't mark it. Gold Coast regain the ball. Scramble kick. Dangerous kick. Into Goey's hands. Snap. Doesn't quite make it, but it's been rushed over the behind. And Collingwood go 3 goals, 2-20. To Gold Coast 3-1-19. Looking dangerous, the Pies. Gold Coast out of the back line. Coleman. Handballs. Miller. Gay. Kicks into the forward 50 for the Gold Coast. Brampton there again to intercept mark, and Collingwood regain the ball. Chips it over to Noble, who takes a good mark. Looking for his options. Kicks now to Dacos. That's Nick Dacos. Plays on. He's telling his players we're going long. He takes a bounce. Kicks long now. Down to the wing. Forward to the wing. And Kruger goes up but can't take the mark. and it's spoiled over the boundary line and out of bounds. Thrown back in, Dacos gets the ball, kicks it in, snaps with his into the forward 50, but comes back to the Gold Coast to recover the ball. And then back half. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. What do you go, Gold Coast Suns? No, we want go Pies. Go Pies. Gold Coast have it now on the wing. Kicks it long, down to the forward 50. Lukosius mongrels it into the forward 50. Cameron drops the mark for the Magpies. They're fighting for the ball. Comes out. Here's a chance for the Gold Coast Suns, who dribbles it through. Can you believe it? The Gold Coast get a miracle goal here. And they hit the lead again. It's now Gold Coast 4-1-25, leading the Magpies 3-2-20. 25 and a quarter, 3/4 minutes into the first quarter. I tell you what, you got to have a little bit of luck on your side, folks. We hate the Pies. We hate the Pies. Eddie G, what are you doing? What are you doing, brother? No. Go Pies. 3 minutes 52 left in the opening quarter. It's been an absolute cracker of a quarter here. Plenty of action. Goals are plenty. Everyone's doing their job for both sides. They're all playing well. All right, back to the centre. Here we go. The umpire's about to bounce it up. Rucks go at it. Dacos takes the ball, kicks, smothered by the Gold Coast player. Flanders. Grubber kicks it into the forward 50 again for the Gold Coast. Mark off, handball, smothered. Flanders grabs the ball, trying to break the tackle. The Collingwood players are saying, holding the ball, but the umpire says, not this time, fellas. Give it to me and we'll bounce it up. Ball up. Collingwood come out with the clearance again. Out on the wing. Lipinski. Hoskin Elliott. Forward 50. Here's the mark. And we've got Kluger takes the mark. 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle. He's got a shot on goal to put the Pies back in front. Kluger's been kicking reasonably accurate this year, so we've got to be reasonably confident in his abilities to kick that goal. He's still looking around, but he's decided now to take the kick. Comes in. Long run up. Puts the ball on the boot. It's looking good, but it hits the post. It hits the post, so another behind for the Magpies. My gosh. I like eggs. Yeah, I like eggs too, Thomas. Thanks for that. Good stuff. Go the Pies, Brisbane. Go the Pies. All right, Gold Coast got the ball again on the outer wing with the mark. Mainsworth kicks long. 2 minutes left in the opening quarter. The kicks into the forward 50 again for the Gold Coast, but Noble there out to side bottom, who just bangs it forward into the forward 50 of Collingwood. DeGoey chasing Collins. McAndrew. Collins kicks out of trouble, but only into Hoskin Elliott's hand. And Hoskin Elliott, quick kick back into the 50 and pinpoints DeGoey, lace out on the chest. And DeGoey's lining up for another chance for the Magpies here. Come on, Pies. Man City rules. Go Suns. Say this, what the Sigma? Unsa? Man City rules. Hey, what's everyone going for the Gold Coast Suns for? We want the Magpies. For the lead, DeGoey comes in, kicks it straight over the goal umpire's head. All clear. Goal DeGoey. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for, folks. Collingwood now regain the front. It was a good chase by DeGoey there. He put all the pressure on the Gold Coast, caused the off kick, and of course comes back in and he gets his opportunity. That's what you got to do. Pressure, 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 pressure. That score hasn't updated, I don't think. I think that score now should be 4 goals, 327 to 4-1-25. Let me have a look. Why isn't that updated? I'm sure I'm not behind on the scores there. Anyway, it's back into the Gold Coast. They've got it again back into their forward 50. They've got a ping for goal. Sexton, but he kicks it right. And through for one behind. All right, so I actually don't know what happened then. Whether that goal was actually counted or not, but we're coming. Empires are 4-3. That's what I thought. That's what I thought, but nothing seemed to have updated here. Anyway, the siren. I'm actually looking on the app. No, there it is. There it is. So there's the score there. So it hasn't updated. 4-2-26 Gold Coast. That's right. It just hasn't updated on here. There we go. So at the end of the first quarter, the siren has gone. The siren has gone, and we're at a 1 point game, but what is not uploading? What is not updating here? Let me reload this page. I want to see what's going on there. So that's obviously running a little bit slow there, folks, because as we just saw on the scoreboard, on the ground, yeah, the Pies were 4-3-27. All right, let's go and have a little bit of a look at the player stats here. Hopefully they correct that scoreboard not too far away. All right, so as we can see here, after the first quarter, the leading disposal getter is Sam Flanders and Noah Anderson there for the Gold Coast with 10 disposals. 4 kicks, 6 handballs each. Miller with 8 disposals for the Gold Coast Suns. And, of course, the leading disposal getter for the Magpies is Nick Dacos. Nick Dacos with 7 kicks, 1 behind. Let's go and have a little bit of a look at the goals. There we go. We've got Brody Mychek with 2 goals for the Magpies. We've got Ben King for the Gold Coast with 2 goals. And we've got singles to Will Hoskin, Elliott, Nick Holman, and Sam Flanders for the Gold Coast. So there we 2. See, it's only counting here 2-3. So this is a little bit behind as well. I'm sure they were 4 goals. Why are these things not updating? That's really bizarre. There we go. It's now updated. That should have now updated. There we go. All right, team stats. Let's have a little bit of a look. Let's have a little bit of a look at the team stats as we go ahead. We've got, there we go, the Suns. We've got disposals 90-67. They're leading. The kicks, reasonably the same, but they're over-possessing the ball maybe a little bit too much. The Gold Coast 41-25 in the handball. Inside 17. So the Magpies' efficiency going inside 50. is not too bad with the 4 goals. Free kicks, 4 goals each. Let's have a look at the stoppages. It's about even, 10-9. 9 each in the clearances. Centre clearances 4-2. Of course, stoppage clearances 4-7. Possessions contested pretty well. Level 27-20 uncontested possessions. So Gold Coast are finding the space out there with a lot of uncontested ball. 64-38. Turnovers 14-15. So it's running pretty hot with a bit. There we go. The possession. Let's have a look at the marks. 25 marks to Collingwood's 11. So the Gold Coast are doing well in that aspect. Inside marks, inside 53 each. And, of course, 150-metre penalty is for the Gold Coast. 1 contested mark. There we go. Scoring. This still has not updated. 4 goals, 1 to 3-3. That still hasn't updated. There we go. I don't know why that hasn't updated, folks. I don't know why that hasn't updated. Tackles, 21. Collingwood is certainly bringing the pressure here, which is great to see. What they're known for, 21 tackles to 8. And, of course, inside 50 tackles, 2-1 to Gold Coast. There we go. There we go. Now I think, there we go. Now it's a little bit delayed, but as we can see, the updated now, so that's good. In general, bounce, 1%ers. Collingwood doing a little bit of the 1%ers. And we've got the interchange here. Gold Coast have used 3 more than Collingwood. We've got 75 total interchanges per game, folks. So that is the amount you can have. Once you hit that 75, that is it. So they usually work that out. So they usually interchange between 20-25 or 15 to 20, roughly around there, a quarter. So they're about on target, which means if you've still got plenty of interchanges left coming to the last quarter, you can rest your players a little bit, give them a little bit more of a. There we go. So second quarter will start in about 30 seconds. Where am I? Let me get back to here. Here we are. That's what I'm after. My gosh. All right, there we are. Have a look at that. 12 seconds, and we're going to be into the second quarter here, where Collingwood lead 4-3. 27 of the Gold Coast Suns, 4-2-26. This is a home game for the Gold Coast Suns, of course, playing at the People's First Stadium there on the Gold Coast, up in Queensland in Australia. So great to see. Good start by both teams, and it's anyone's game. Suns are winning all over the ground, but Pies are more efficient. They are, Paul, and I guess, going with that. But I think Gold Coast Suns, they're winning. They seem to be more dominant, but Collingwood got that breakout from the back line, being able to get that space in that run, which has allowed. That's probably where their goals come from. And the Gold Coast, they just couldn't counteract that pace that the Magpies had there. So let's hope it continues. All right, we are on to the second quarter. Here we go. And the ball is being chips it into the forward 50, too short, but Anderson marks of the Gold Coast. So Newland for the Gold Coast. Chips it over. Miller scrubs the kick, but Gold Coast have the ball, running it out to the wing. Handballs in this place. Flanders. Ainsworth floats it long to the 50. Howe going for the spoil, knocked out of it illegally, and takes a free kick for Collingwood. So, yeah, there was a definite block on there. Gold Coast took the mark, but Howe was was blocked, so took the free. Kicks it long down the line, but intercepted by Gold Coast, who have the ball. Anderson back into the forward 50. Ball in dispute. Good tackle there, and we'll have a ball up. 40 metres out, 5 metres out from the boundary line, Gold Coast goal. Ball up, kicked inboard, side bottom, read it well, over to Crisp, who toe pokes it off the deck. No one there for the Pies, so the Gold Coast are there to gather. Pressure on the kick from Gold Coast, turns it over. Maynard takes a diving mark. Howe plays for Collingwood. Myercheck with the mark in the centre square. Pumps it long into the forward 50 to Goey. Pushes his man. But the ball just beat him out of play. And it's out of bounds. No. Wow. So the umpire said it was in. To Goey toe pokes off the ground. And it went over the boundary line on the full. So Gold Coast have got the ball. Just having a look at that replay. He might have kicked it from the line. All right, Gold Coast have got the ball now. Ainsworth, Graham, Miller runs inside 50, has a shot on goal, but fades it right and through for one behind. 4-3-27 to 4-3-27. There we go. Gold Coast look like they got their legs on early this quarter. So Howe from the back line brings it in, goes wide, kicks long. They go up for the mark. No one can take it. And it's been bustled over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in. Pendlebury, Hoskin Elliott, Noble, and Bobby Hill on the bench, just taking a breather for the Magpies. Boundary ump throws it in. Rucks go up. Wits, tap down, ball in dispute. Collingwood get a short kick, but smothered. Gold Coast take the ball. Side bottom jumps on him for a tackle, but the umpire said too high. And Cozzy gets the free kick for the Gold Coast, he'll be kicking from about 53 metres out. It looks like he thinks he's got the range to go all the way. So he comes in now. Gold Coast runs in, takes the shot on goal, launches. It's not going to make it. Cross the face. Spoiled. Ball's in defence. Still alive, but now it's gone rushed through the behind point for one behind for the Gold Coast, who go to 4-4-28. Lead Collingwood 4-3-27. All right, so Howe from the defence kicks it to Quaynor, who marks. Kicks it down to Myercheck, who can't take the mark. Ball in dispute. To Graham for the Gold Coast. Running through. Tackled. Sexton's got it back now for the Gold Coast. Flanders kicks it inside 50. Everyone missed it. Hainsworth runs onto it but can't stop and runs himself out of bounds. At 15 metres around on the boundary from the Gold Coast. Goals. Got to man up their players here. Wits, Darcy Cameron go to ruck. Wits gets the tap. Flick down to Long, and Long snaps, and it's goal for Gold Coast. Who was protecting him? No one was protecting the inside. And, of course, Gold Coast now go further ahead. They're out to 5-4-34. Collingwood 4-3-27. Just a beautiful, beautiful soft touch by Whisk, the Gold Coast ruckman. And of course, put it in perfect position for his counterpart to snap and kick that goal. Who's everyone going for today? Let's hope we've got a few people going for. There we go. We've got 36 votes. We've got 81% so far going for Collingwood, 19% so far going for the Gold Coast Suns. All right, back in the centre. Umpire rucks it up, throws it up. Gold Coast get it, kick it long down to the 50. Howe interferes, and it's a Gold Coast free kick on the 50-metre mark. Once again for the Gold Coast. Decides not to take the shot, just goes into the forward 20, but marked by Collingwood. All right, so Darcy Cameron goes to kick long outside of 50, but Gold Coast come in for an uncontested mark. And McAndrew slots it back in to the 50, drop mark by Gold Coast, handballs it over, snap, and through for one behind. Maynard now takes the ball from the kick-in. Plays on. Kicks long down to the wing. Looking for Bobby Hill, who can't take... Oh. Yeah, arm chop. Chop the arm of the Gold Coast player. So free kick to Gold Coast, which we thought he nearly got away with. It was a late whistle by the umpire. All right. So the Gold Coast fella plays on. Kicks long. They all go up. Spoiled. Whisk got it. Tackled by Moore from Collingwood. And the umpire says, ball it up. The ball thrown up. Whisk wins it down to Noble. Now Noble holds the ball. Tackled. Lost it. Quaynor to Dacos. Over to Dacos. Feeds it wide to Pendlebury, who's looking left and right, doesn't know where to go. He puts the ball on his boot, down to the wing, but Gold Coast have got the ball again, and they're coming hard again. Miller. Fed the handball, but only to Dacos, who's lost the ball. It's everywhere. Flanders for the Gold Coast. Kicks out on the ball with a push that we got away with. So there we go. Noble takes the free kick in that position again, in their back line, where the Gold Coast have been on the charge from day one. Collins, though, intercepts a mark for the Gold Coast. Collingwood just can't seem to break the defence, and it's coming back into the forward 50 for the Gold Coast. Kicks long into the pocket. Players go up. No one can mark. No one can pick it up. Sullivan finally. Out to Dacos. Out to Nick Dacos. Kicks on his left. Kicks inboard. Looking for De Goey, but too short. And Gold Coast take the mark. All right, so he kicks it inside his forward 50. Hand Swallow with short kick, but Noble's there to intercept that mark for Collingwood. Defence is holding up well. They're being bombarded by the Gold Coast. Noble plays on, kicks wide, looking for Maynard. Maynard takes the mark on the boundary line. Just got to get a little bit of that run on the Pies. Got to get a little bit of space. Maynard kicks wide to Cameron, who can't quite take the mark. It's been spoiled and over the boundary line, and we'll have another ball in. right on the wing. Could have been a little bit over the... It could have been a little bit higher, I think, that one, folks. So I think Gold Coast got away with that free kick. Throwing in. Whisk again. Ball in dispute. Dacos to Whisk. Fighting for the ball. Pendlebury on his right. Kicks it into the forward 50 of the Magpies. They all go up. No one can mark. My check. And tackled. And, of course, dropping the ball, the umpire said. All right, so the Gold Coast now out of their defensive 50. Coming wide. Short pass, takes the mark. Oh, a bad kick there. Lipinski. Kicks it to Mychek. Over to Nick Dacos. Over to Josh Dacos. Handballs. Looking for his options. Kicks, floats it to Bobby Hill, who can't quite get it. Regains his feet, but tackled and over the boundary line. In the forward pocket for Collingwood this time. All right. So, umpire throws the ball back in. Rucks go at it. Mychek. Got it. Feeds it to Pendlebury. Quick kick. To Hoskin Elliott, not far enough. Lost the ball now. Gold Coast runs it out of their back 50. Side kicks, but not good enough. Moore takes the mark into for Collingwood. Josh Dacos goes across the grounder side. Bottom who handballs it inside 50. I don't know whether he needed to do that. And of course, Gold Coast regained the ball here. Just puts it on his boot. Out to the wing. Good contest by both, but umpire said illegal by the Collingwood player, and Gold Coast will take. The Gold Coast is known for surface paradise. Sure is, Brett. Yeah, that's where they're from. That's where they're from. All right, so Gold Coast across the ground. Sexton, long into the pocket for the Gold Coast. Howe spoils and over the boundary line. And out of bounds. 15 metres out from the Gold Coast goal here. Collingwood need to defend well. Oh, that's where you lived for the past 5 years. It's nice up there, Paul. The Gold Coast is nice. Gets busy. Gets busy holiday time and all that type of thing. But it's pretty good. I've been in the Gold Coast for quite some time. All right, balling it in. Maynard dumped behind the play. And he's going to receive a free kick as he slowly gets up. It looks like he copped one to the midsection. He got a thrust right in the chest. That's winded him. I don't think if you're the coach of the Gold Coast, you'd be too happy with that play when you got the ball down there. So Maynard plays on, kicks it long. Kicks to Darcy, who's been held and gets the free kick. Collingwood with the ball. Looking for where to go. He goes long down the line. They all go up. Hoskinality flies, can't take the mark. Gold Coast come away with the ball. Sexton. Berry. Handballs it over, but Maynard smothers it and puts it over the boundary line. There's a little bit going on here between McAndrew and Maynard. This game is heating up, folks. It's heating up. 5-5-35 Gold Coast, 4-3-27 to the Magpies. Ball thrown in. Ball in dispute. Darcy. Handballs. Can't find his target. Back to Gold Coast now. Lukosius kicks it inside 50 for the Gold Coast. And Swallow takes the mark for the Gold Coast. 30 metres out, just on a slight angle. There we go. Swallow. 31. He's had 234 games, David Swallow. He's kicked 109 goals in his career. 35 metres out, a 25-degree angle, comes in, kicks it, and fades right. And through for one behind. So the Gold Coast now go to 5-5, 35, 5-6, 36, leading Collingwood 4-3, 27. Yeah, mate, Maynard is brilliant. I tell you what, he is a gun for Collingwood. He's one that gives 100% every week, Paul. Every week. He's as hard as they come. He's a tough nut. Humidity. That's pretty much why this sport is a winter sport, Brett. You know, even on the cold days, you heat up and she gets pretty hot. But I'm thinking at the Gold Coast it'd definitely be warmer. All right, back into it. The ball is over the boundary line and out of bounds. We're going to have a throw in the forward pocket for the Gold Coast again. It's a pretty fast-paced game at the moment. Both teams giving it them all. Gold Coast defending well. Of course, Collingwood is too. But we just can't transition well. Go. The Gold Coast is setting up well, but here we go. It gets through the pack, and of course, Gold Coast come up with the ball. Quick snap, and it's another goal for the Gold Coast. What's going on, folks? What's going on? That's all right. Gold Coast extend their lead now. 16 minutes into this second quarter. 6:42, lead Collingwood 4-3, 27. Yeah, she's pretty warm today. What Thailand? No, here. Here in Australia, Avery, in Australia. Let's say winter sport. The humidity in the Gold Coast and Queensland, because Queensland's more tropical. So yeah, it can always stay warm and humid, but like even in wintertime at the Gold Coast, you can walk around in your shorts and singlet, no worries. My gosh, let me turn my light down a bit. That's better. It's too bright. Too bright. All right, back in the centre. Ball's bounced. Ball in dispute. McCreary's got it for Collingwood. Running it inside 50. DeGoa taps it over to Hoskin Elliott. Couldn't handle it. Sexton regains for the Gold Coast. Kicks it out of their defensive 50. Berry. Oh, met solidly by Brampton. Markov slung in the tackle. Handballs it out to Noble. Noble back inboard. Not a great kick, but Quaynor takes a good mark. Lipinski. Bobby Hill inside 50. DeGoe, arms chopped surely, but no free kick. Gold Coast come away with the ball. Run it out of their dangerous 50. Anderson. Sexton. Inboard. Gold Coast. Grub a kick. Picked up by Markov for Collingwood. McCreary has a shot for goal, but not going to make it, and Gold Coast take the mark. All right, so Gold Coast got the ball in their back defensive half. Hollins pumps it down the line. Cameron's there. Graham for Gold Coast. Grubber kicks it. Long. Lakosha kicks it into the nicely over the back for Richards for Gold Coast, who takes the mark. And Gold Coast will line up 25 metres out on a 45-degree angle to stretch this lead even further. 29 degrees Celsius in Texas with 83% humidity, and it's 3 a.m. That comes in to kick for goal, opens up the angle with a banana kick and slots it through for another major for the Gold Coast, who go further ahead here. Gold Coast now 7-6-48. Collingwood 4-3-27. Don't panic too much at this time if you're a Collingwood supporter. Collingwood can be late starters and they can come home with one almighty rush. That's what they're known for. So just hang in there. Yeah, that's a crazy hot night. That's 29C and 83% humidity. Wow. All I can say is wow. That would feel, to me, that would feel like, 50 degrees during the day. That is that hot at night time. If it's like that and there's no wind, Brett, that's horrible. Horrible. Back in the centre, Cameron, Crisp, kicks it into the forward 50 for Collingwood. Nick Dacos, Chip kicks it over to his brother Josh Dacos, who takes a mark. All right, so finally the Pies have got a chance to score again. He quickly plays on, snaps around the corner like the Dacos brothers do, and slots it through for a major for the Magpies. A well-needed goal, just to stem the tide to slow the run of the Gold Coast Suns. So Gold Coast now 7-6-48. Collingwood trail 5-3-33. The Dacos boys do it again for the Magpies. We're 23 minutes into the second quarter here. We've got about 3 minutes 50 left of the second term, and then we're going to go into half time, a well-earned rest. Let's hope the Pies can get another one or two in the final 3.5 minutes of the second quarter. Filipino Gardner lives in South New Mexico, and it'll be 40 degrees Celsius, and then minutes later it'll be windy and hailing. Holy wow. All right, as we take the bounce, Crisp, Collingwood's got the ball. Dacos again puts it inside 50 at the Hoskinelli, who can't take the mark. Ball comes to ground. Bobby Hill snaps from the boundary line, but misses everything and is out of bounds on the full. Great fast play, though, by the Pies. That's what we like to see. That's what they've got to do. All right, Gold Coast kick it long out of their 50. Howell, but no free kick. Harris snaps back for Collingwood. But the ball's going over the boundary line, and we're going to have a throw in. 60 metres out, say 60 metres out from Collingwood goal on the outer wing. Oh, that's why they get lots of thunderstorms. Oh, okay, yeah. Makes sense. Back into play now. Witts knocks it down. Sullivan, Harrison, toe pokes. Ball in dispute. High. Gold Coast took the advantage, but not to their advantage because Collingwood get the ball back. Sullivan, inside forward 50. Bobby Hill rows the pack. Puts it on his left, snaps, and over the post. So close. There's the electric Bobby Hill. But just through for one more behind for the Magpies. 7-6-48 Gold Coast. 5-4-34 Collingwood. We've got 2 3/4 minutes left in the second quarter. Gold Coast now take it out of their back. No one can mark. Dacos overruns it. Howell takes it over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in here on the wing. So Gold Coast here are fighting for their position in the top 8, and of course Collingwood are fighting for their position in the top 4. Of course, with big games coming up the following week. De Goey got the ball, kicks it long down. Kruger's got the ball now, looking who to hand pass to. Hoskin Elliott hands it. Handballs at Myercheck. Handballs to, is that Dacos, who was caught in the tackle, and the umpire's going to ball it up. 45 metres out from the Collingwood goal. The umpire's going to ball it up. 2 minutes remaining in this opening half. West End to Gold Coast. Gold Coast kicks it long down the line, but shanks it, and it goes out of bounds on the full. We'll take a Collingwood free kick. They'll put him back. We got more rain than Southwest America, but is light to medium rain most of the time. There we go. Crisp kicks it long back into the deep into Collingwood's forward 50. McAndrew flies but can't take the mark. Down to Miller, who's caught by McCreary, who kicks up in the air. Hoskin goes for the mark but can't hold it. Myercheck gets his handball away to McCreary. Fed it out to Harrison, Dacos, who run into each other. Ball comes loose. Berry for the Gold Coast takes it to the line and over the boundary line, and we'll have another throw in. Oh, high desert. Oh, there we go. A lot of thunderstorms. Did they get the tornadoes in that there? Ball thrown in, Dacos. Handballs to Harrison. Harrison puts it into the forward 50, but comes straight back out there to the Gold Coast, who kicks it long, but rebounded again by Collingwood. Howe over to Josh Dacos. Crisp. He'll kick it short, but kicks it straight into the opposition, which is no good. Because we had a chance on goal then. Rebounding Gold Coast here on the wing now. Swallow out wide. King takes a chest mark. 75 out from Gold Coast. 42 seconds remain. Plays on. Runs around. Kicks it long deep into the forward pocket for the Gold Coast. More under it. Can't take the mark. Maynard. Harrison. Quaynor, Lakosha, Gold Coast got the ball back. Can they kick a late goal? Graham snaps for goal and Gold Coast get another. There we go. Gold Coast. They get a goal with 18 seconds left on the clock in this second half. They move on. It's 8-6-54 out to a 20-point lead, 5-4-34. Not what the Magpies wanted to see or hear. And they could have just taken it out of bounds. And they could have put it through for a rush behind, actually, for the one. But the pressure that the Gold Coast is bringing is pretty high at the moment. So they're doing really, really well. I think once the Magpies can get the game back on their terms, I think things will open up a little bit for them and things will start to look a little bit better. Gold Coast are certainly playing a high grade of football at the moment. Umpire balls it up. Nick Dacos handballs to side bottom. McCleary. Oh, but McCleary tackles and that's a Gold Coast free kick. There we go. And the siren goes. So there it is. Halftime, folks, here at the People's First Stadium here on the Gold Coast. And, of course, Gold Coast lead 8 goals, 6, 54 to 5 for Collingwood, 34. It's been an entertaining first half of how do you kick a field goal? Not in this game. Not in this game. Well, everyone's on the field, so you just kicked a goal. But the field goal is rugby. Is rugby. Or gridiron. Or gridiron. I think that's how you kick the field goals. Of course, AFL. Yeah, there is an AFLW. The AFL Women's League. There definitely is. I think there's 18 teams in the football, in the Women's League as well. I think we were discussing last night, I think they play a shorter season of, I think it's about 10 rounds. They've been for about 10 years, I think, around about 10 years. There, the women's have been into the competition. So, whereas the men, we play 24 rounds in the season, so it's a long season. But I'm thinking, as the years go by, the women's season will stretch it, lengthen out a little bit, and they'll get a few more games to play each season. I'd actually like to see the women play before the men's team, because the women do get reasonably good crowds at some of their games, but I'd like to see before the main game of the men's, and then they can experience the crowd that comes in there, the massive crowd, and play in front of that, which would be great too. There we go. Rugby league. Yeah, rugby league has field goals. Oh, your cat is named Geelong and Gary Ablett Senior. What about Gary Ablett? I love Gary Ablett Junior. He was brilliant. And I think Gary Ablett Junior was the reason why Geelong beat Collingwood in one of those grand finals. He was brilliant. Oh, you went to the most games in the Gold Coast for the AFLW there, Paul. Good stuff. Good stuff. They're slowly improving the women's league. In the football when they first started that league. Once they first started, there was a few good players. There was a few skillful women to actually play football, because we didn't really have even football leagues at junior levels, did we? For the women, not a great deal like they do for the men. So since this has come in, there's a lot of girls and a lot of women now playing out there playing footy. Who inspire to be AFL players, AFLW players. So that's another great sport for them. It's great for their fitness. I mean, when they first came in, they were just kicking the ball and bombing it. The games were still pretty good. It was low scoring, but now, over time, over the decades since they've been into the competition, their skills have gone to another level. Their fitness has gone to another level. The scoring has gone higher. So that's what we like to see. And they're doing great. They're doing great, and they're becoming household names, some of the women players. So that's also good to see. That's good when you can give both sexes that opportunity to play a sport, and can be recognised. That's good stuff. There we go. AFL will not do that, Mike. They want extra entrance fees for the women's game. Did they charge? I thought some of the times it was free entry to the women's games at a lot of the grounds, Paul. Not sure. I know if you go to the reserves, when you go and watch the reserves men's play, there are some grounds that charge you entry fee to get in. There are some grounds that don't charge entrance fee. Like Collingwood, Victoria Park. There's no fence. You can just walk there and you can watch. So. I think it might depend on where they play. As I said, even some of the reserves games, some you do pay for, and some grounds there you don't, which is good. But I suppose if they pay, that's good. The clubs need that, and that can help pay for the salaries of the the players, etc. All like that. But it would be nice. I know we do get to see a few of the games of the women on TV, so that's great, and I think that's something they need to do to get the game spread out more widely, especially across Australia, and get the women involved in the football. Pranjabit Singh, Karera, go Collingwood, yeah, go Pies. We're hoping for a Pies win today. They're trailing by 20 points at half time. It's not that they're playing bad. It's just that Gold Coast are playing good. They're bringing the pressure. And we're just not getting it on our terms at the moment through the game. So, normally when teams bring this much pressure and playing this well against Collingwood, it's really hard for them to do it for the 4 quarters, especially when when Collingwood's reasonably close to them, and that's why we can put the pressure. I barrack for Collingwood. I'm barrack for Collingwood. Come on, go Pies. So we can only hope they come back, because if we win this, we cement our spot in the top 4. If we don't win this, we're in that dangerous mix. Where there's a lot of teams. There's a lot of teams vying for positions. We're on 36 points at the moment. If you go the teams that are outside the top 8 on 32 points, only 1 game behind us, they go all the way down to Melbourne in 11th position. So, and if Gold Coast win, they'll go up to 32, only 1 game behind us. So that can be a little bit dangerous to the Pies. And of course, next week, I believe Collingwood have play Essendon on the Friday night. So that is going to be one cracker of a game. And as we all know, Essendon are going well. So that'll be a game tonight, which will be interesting to do. So I might do that game as well after this game, which is the Geelong Essendon game. I might put that game so where I won't be on screen for that game. I'll just put that as the portrait. I'll still have the screen like you've got up there. I'll put that on the portrait mode, so that may hit the short shelf. And I'll put the commentary from the game on, so you can actually listen to the boys do the commentary there. That should be a good game. That's down at the Cabaret tonight. That's about 2 hours and a half away before that game starts. Women pro athletes don't make as much money. They don't. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking, maybe is it tennis that they're coming around about the same now in what they can win? Is it tennis like the Australian Open, something like that? I'm pretty sure that closed. Yeah, but I mean, women's football league here. I mean, they're not going to earn as much money at the moment. They're only maybe 12 years old. They've been in the competition, whereas men's competition, they've been in like 140 I'm not sure why men get paid more than women in sport, especially like if it's a basketball. Maybe the reason is just that maybe more of the men watch the sport and involved in all that type of thing, and that's what they chase. And I think the other thing is women probably don't get as much coverage. They don't get as much coverage, as sport, especially on the TV and all that type of thing, the TV rights and all that type of thing. So I think in time in the future that gap might close up. Hopefully. Yeah, because I think if you got good sports people, it doesn't matter whether you're men or women. It's exciting to watch, especially when they're at the top of the game. That's for sure. Going to update my rental car. I'll be back for the second half. All right, Paul. No worries. I think the second half is in about 10 minutes. We'll start the second half. The ball will bounce again. More people watch men's sports than women's sport. I think that's without doubt. There's a lot of. I think maybe men just like watching men's sport, whereas I think women like watching men and women's sport. If that makes sense, But that being said, there's a lot of men that like watching the women's football as well. Because when you like a sport, you just like to watch the sport. Sexism. I love women's sport. It's good. It's good. I tell you what, they're just as talented. Aren't they? The top women athletes, as the men. We can't say in sports that, one's stronger than the other, one's faster than the other. We understand that because men and women are built different, So you got to appreciate the skills and the talent that each individual has in their respective sports. Yeah, and more attend the games for the men. Absolutely, absolutely. I would presume like at our football matches, like here, whether it be male or female, I think the ratios are pretty similar. I think that'd be pretty similar. That's one thing with football. I mean, I don't think it's really favoured. I think, as I said, I think men and women both like watching the men and women football because of the love of the game, love of the sport. There we go. Just give me a moment, folks. I think I might turn this light on and I'll get a quick drink and then we will have a look at some of the stats of the players. All right. All right, that's all right. I put the light on. Hopefully I'm not too bright. Hopefully I'm not too bright for everyone. We'll have a look at the stats in a minute, folks. Just a jiffy. Just a jiffy. All right, so we're hoping for a big second half from the Magpies to come. All right, let's go and have a little bit of a quick look at the player stats here. This looks like it's been updated, doesn't it? Yep, this has been updated. All right, so Sam Flanders, Noah Anderson for the Gold Coast Suns leading the possession count there with 21 and 22 disposals. They're having a cracker of a game. Let's have a look at that. That's big numbers for half a game of footy. Tuke Miller was 16. Nick Dacos, of course, the leading possession getter for the Magpies with 10 kicks, 6 handballs. Ben Ainsworth with 13. Sexton, Noble, Holland, and Graham for 12. Let's have a look at the goal scorers now. We've got Brody Myercheck still there, 2 for Collingwood. We've got Ben King The only two multiple goal scorers there. We've got Jack Lucas with a single, Ben Long, Hoskin Elliott, Holman, Graham, Flanders, DeGoey and Dacos for Collingwood with a single, and Ben Ainsworth with one. Let me just put that on, and I'll just run down the stats there if anyone wants to have a look at the stats for some of the players. All right, here we go. We'll just keep going down the board a little bit so everyone can see where they're going. Crisp, who usually has a big game, 9 disposals there for Collingwood. Jordan DeGoey's been a little bit quiet. 1 goal, 1 from 6 kicks, 3 handball. He's been... No, 8 kicks. 8 kicks, 1 handball, 1 mark, 2 tackles, 3 clearances. So he hasn't done too bad, but we need to get Jordan DeGoey into the game a little bit more. Isaac Quainer down there for Collingwood with 8 possessions out of the back line. He's celebrating his 100th game today, so we need to get a little bit of lift out of him. Brody Mychek's doing well. We need to get him to get into the clear a little bit more. But Jared Witts for the Gold Coast Suns, he's having a good game, getting a lot of hit-outs in the ruck with 17. He's had 8 possessions, 3 kicks. Scotty Pendlebury, the captain for Collingwood there, he's having a real quiet game. Usually he's a reasonably good possession getter. He's a master. There we go. As we go down a little bit more, we can see some of the stats there for all those wanting to see there. All right, let's go and have a look at some of the team stats. As I think we're not too far away, I think, from the restart of this game. All right, just have a look at some disposals there. There we go. The Gold Coast Suns, they're well ahead of the disposals at this time. 218 to 160. They definitely had the ball in their hands a lot more. We need to change that around in the second half. 111 to 89 kicks. Handballs, they're definitely using the handball a lot more. 107 to 71. Inside 50s, Gold Coast still getting it in there way too often for our liking. 36 to 26. Disposal efficiency, 72. So they are above average at the moment. And, of course, Collingwood 65% for the match, which is down on their disposal efficiency. So we need to improve on those areas as well. And, of course, inside 50 efficiency, down to 44 and 42%. So there's good pressure coming there. Gold Coast with 11 kicks, free kicks to 9. Hit-outs, yes, look, that's reasonably even, 20 to 16. Clearances, 18 to 19. And the clearances, so they're getting pretty even. Not too far away until we start this second half. Contested possessions, there we go, 71-29. Uncontested possessions, Gold Coast of just about 50% more than the Magpies there. And going for Collingwood. Turnovers, 35 to 41. There we go there. Marks, 47-27. Marks inside 55 each. Contested marks. There we go. 3-0 at the moment. Goals, 8 goals, 6, 5-4. Time in front. Gold Coast have had 19 minutes in that quarter to Collingwood's 4 minutes. Defence, there we go. The tackles there. So Collingwood's still bringing the pressure with 43 tackles against 22. But I think a lot of those tackles inside 50. Good pressure there by both sides. All right. We are going to get back. There we go. Gold Coast have used more than half of their interchange at the moment. Let's head back to the summary as we're about to start the game for the second quarter, folks. For the second... Ryan... Good stuff. I'm going to cover the Richmond Tigers Carlton game tomorrow. Good stuff. That'll be good, mate. That'll be good. Yeah, why not? Oh, what's going on with the light there? Oh, you know what? I might actually... Oh, there we go. I'm a little bit... that way's... I don't know. That way's a little bit better. All right. Here we go, second quarter. We've missed a fraction. We've missed about 30 seconds of this opening second half, but the ball went down to Collingwood. Bobby Hill had a snap on goal and kicked it behind for the Magpies for Collingwood. Actually, you know what? I need to try and turn this other light on. Is that better? Oh, that's better because I was ghosting. I was ghosting a bit. All right, Gold Coast. Take it out of their back. They got the ball on the wing. Miller kicks it inside 50 for Gold Coast. Howe intercepts to Quaynor. Howe's got it back. Handballs to Goey. Fakes it over to Pendlebury. Back to Dacos. Through the centre. Lipinski chips it over to Josh Dacos, who takes a mark inside forward 50 for Collingwood. 30 metres out, 40-degree angle. He's going to line up for the first shot on goal in this second half. This will be just the start Collingwood need to get their game back underway. Generally a pretty accurate kick on goal. He comes in, lines it up, kicks it, but it just fades left. Just fades left through for one behind. Collingwood move on now. I think it is to 5-7-37. To Gold Coast 8-6-54 or 5-6-36. There we go. It's updated. Gold Coast kick it out. Ball's in dispute. Collingwood's got the ball. Kicks it inside 50 to Bobby Hill, who juggles the ball, and he's marked it. He's marked it right on the boundary line where it could have been. He might have got away with that mark, I think, folks. He sort of juggled it over the boundary line. So he's runs in, snaps on his left, but doesn't quite make the distance. Well, he kicked that a little bit shallow. Bobby Hill with the wry smile on his face. And it's another behind for the Pies. They go on to 5-7-37. Trail the Gold Coast 8-6-54. Gold Coast take it out of their defensive 50 now. Kicks it long to McAndrew. Day, too slow. Side bottom tackles him and holding the ball. So side bottom has the free kick, chips it short. Who's got this? Hal. Back to Moore. Moore for Collingwood. He's got the ball. Eyes looking. He's going to kick it deep into their forward line. Ball going long. They all go up. No one can mark. Ball comes to ground. Bobby Hill jumps on it. Being tackled straight away. And it's going to be a ball up. Throwing up. Rucks go at it. Taps out. To Goey. Handballs over to Quaynor. Quick snap in the goal. A little bit low, but McAndrew intercepts for Collingwood. For Gold Coast. Bobby Hill gets it. Jumped on, but it's a ball up. It could have been high, could have been holding the ball, but the umpire said, I'll ball it up. Balled up, 5 metres out from the Collingwood goal. Taps out to Gold Coast, have got it. Holman. Mullen for the Gold Coast. Dumps it to the wing, but Howe comes in from the side with a great mark. Back to the centre. Zach Klugen to Quaynor to Dacos to Josh Dacos, who drives it deep in the 50. Spoiler McAndrew comes from the side and over the boundary line the ball goes again. 6 minutes in, just had a couple of behinds in this second half so far. Collingwood are pressing. Meyer check now. Lost the ball. Over to Dacos. Gold Coast tackle, but too high. And Nick Dacos, the superstar, gets a free kick for over the shoulder. So Nick Dacos kicking from about 32 metres out on a 50-degree angle here. On the wrong side for a right footer, but he is generally 19 disposals, 7 contested. Here he goes, 43-degree. And he is just a dead-eye dick. Nick Dacos, you superstar, comes in and kicks a goal for Collingwood. Collingwood getting closer now here. 7 minutes gone. Collingwood moved to 6-7-43. Trail Gold Coast 8-6-54. 11 points. So looking a lot better at the moment. The Collingwood team getting it all happening. Gold Coast haven't been able to get that run. The Collingwood pressure has been building, and we've been able to get it down in the forward line, keep it there without letting Gold Coast get out of there too freely. So that's what we like to see, that pressure coming on. And when you got your shots on goal, when you got your chances, you got to take them, folks. You got to take them. All right, ball bounce back in the centre square. No one can take possession. Ball up. I've got a ball up here. Just off the centre square here for Gold Coast. Whisk. Gets it. Kicks it in the forward for Gold Coast. Maynard's got it. Kicks. Smothered. Ball in dispute again. Collingwood, Dacos has got it, but tackled again, and the umpire's going to call ball up. On the forward 50 for Gold Coast. Rucks go at it. Round nearly. Gold Coast. He's got it. Kicks it into the forward 50. Oh, King nearly marked it, but spoiled. Bramp comes over and spoils and puts it through the behind for one behind. So another behind on the board for the Gold Coast. All right, so the umpire's going to ball it, throw it in from the boundary, 40 metres out from the Gold Coast. Goal is thrown in, Rucks go at it. They both miss it. Ball on the ground. Everyone's trying to go for it. Everyone dives on it. And, of course, the umpire runs in, blows his whistle, says, give it to me, fellas. I'll take it from here and I'll ball it up. All right, the Rucks miss it again. Whisk taps it out. In dispute. Kicks it into the forward 50 for the Gold Coast. Side bottom takes the mark, but not far enough. So it's called play on. Collingwood get it out of their back line. Down to the wing. Bobby Hill now got it. Side kicks it over. Inside forward 50 for Collingwood. But here comes Gold Coast. They're going to rebound out. Newland on the rebound. Flanders to Whisk. Wins takes a mark on the forward 50 for Gold Coast. Goes for an up and under. It's high. There's a free kick here. And it goes to Gold Coast. It goes to King. King's got the ball. He's going to be kicking from 35 metres directly in front. So there wasn't a huge amount in that and why he got it. Maybe he just had the arm over the shoulder and the umpire saw that. But a little bit ticky-touch. There definitely wasn't much in that for a free kick. But here he comes. King comes in, shoots for goal, straight in front, and puts it through for the Gold Coast Suns. Not what the Pies were looking for. So Gold Coast go out to extend their lead 9-7, 61, Collingwood 6-7, 43. 3 goals in it here. I think that was like a 12-point turnaround. I think Collingwood had their chance inside their 50. But Bobby Hill, he just couldn't quite execute that kick. Anyway, goal to the Gold Coast, and we headed back to the centre. Ben King now with 6 disposals, 3 goals. He's pretty damaging up there for the Gold Coast Suns, so he's got to be stopped. All right, ball thrown up. Darcy taps it down to Pendlebury, who kicks a worm burner into the forward 50 for Collingwood. Ball in dispute again. Flanders, Ballard, Crisp, Jeffrey for Gold Coast. Sexton, they might get out here, Gold Coast. Ballard, handball. Out of trouble now, the Gold Coast. Running it down the wing. Not too many places to go, but he kicks it, but smothered by Scotty Pendlebury. And it's over the boundary line, and we're going to have a ball in. So the ball in, Maynard's got it, kicks it deep into the Collingwood forward again. Bobby Hill tries to weave and dodge, but he's tackled and he's caught. Gold Coast got the ball with a free kick. Just trying to do a little bit too much there, Bobby Hill. He's trying to make things happen. Couldn't get through the 2 Gold Coast defenders there. All right. So Gold Coast kick it wide. Marks. Handball's over. Sloppy handball. But they get out of trouble. Running down to the forward 50 now. Kicks in. King. King again takes the mark inside 50 for the Gold Coast. This time he'll be kicking from about 48 metres on a 45-degree angle. He's certainly on top of his game today is King. He needs to be stopped. Maybe a move needs to be made by the Collingwood coach. Or maybe put an extra play behind the ball to have that spare back there. 48 metres on a 39-degree angle. Ben King comes in. Kicks on its way. Kicks it right. Doesn't even make the distance. And flicked over the point post. Over the points. For 1 behind. Gold Coast 9-8 now. They move on to 62. Lead Collingwood 6-7, 43. Howe kicks it in. Pendlebury marks. Back pocket for Collingwood. Chips over. Noble. Noble takes the mark. Looking for options. Called to play on. Chips it over to Josh Dacos. Who marks. Short kick back to Pendlebury, who then short kicks to DeGoey. Dangerous kick into the corridor. DeGoey kicks, and it's intercepted by the Gold Coast, who marks. Then he turns it over, but then Collingwood turns it over again. Gold Coast kick it deep into the forward 50 and has a shot on goal, but misses right of the post. It goes through another point. Collingwood definitely dodged a bullet there. So Howe brings it in. Runs his full distance. Long kick. Great kick to Crisp, who runs through the centre for Collingwood. Drives it deep into the forward line. Bobby Hill out the back. Sullivan to Bobby. They're there in dispute, and it's run over the point post for Collingwood this time for 1 behind. Oh, it's a game of inches, folks. It was inches away from a Collingwood goal there. Bobby just about did it. He just couldn't quite get it done. Anyway, Gold Coast bring it back in. It kicks, marks for the Gold Coast. Drives it long down the wing. Players go up. Cameron can't mark. Cameron grabs the ball. Mackie, Day. Taken to ground. And umpire says, I'll have it, fellas. I'll have it. Ball up. Miller runs it into the Gold Coast 50 again. King again's got the ball. He's having another shot on goal. A little bit of a banana. And Collingwood's got trouble. Gold Coast slots through another goal. In quick succession, Gold Coast now stretch that lead out to 25 points. 10-9, 69. Collingwood 6-8, 44. Well, we started this quarter off good, folks, with the Pies. And now the pressure of Gold Coast is certainly showing. And just Collingwood just aren't handling the ball. They're doing a lot of fumbling. Their inefficiency, their execution is just not there at the moment. They need to get this game back on their terms if they want to get back into this match at all. 4 goals, 1 behind. It's not a great margin at this time, but you don't want it to get out to too much further than that. I think it was about this time last week, Collingwood were 54 points down in the third quarter against North Melbourne, I think it was, and they came back to win. So anything's still possible here. All right, ball up. Gold Coast win the ball. Flanders chips over to Ainsworth. Marks. Looking for options inside 50. Chips it over. But too far, and Howe takes the mark. 30 metres out from the Gold Coast goal, and Howe for Collingwood has the mark. He's going to kick it out of defence. Chips it over. Markov takes the mark for Collingwood. Looking for options. Umpire calls play on, so Markov takes a run, kicks it long down the wing. Players go up. McAndrews spills the mark. Myercheck. Handballs to Dacos. Nick Dacos on his left. But missed his target that time and intercepted by Gold Coast. Swings at centre. Gold Coast mark. Anderson for the Gold Coast. Kicks it wide. He's got a spare player out there. Takes the mark. Draws it long. Good lead by Gold Coast. He's got the mark. Probably looking for King again. Kicks it up high for him. King and Howe wrestle. But there's a free off the ball. There's Jack Klokosha for the Gold Coast, who's again going to line up for another goal. Shot on goal for the Gold Coast. This isn't looking good, folks, for the Collingwood out there. Scoreboard is now just starting to drift away a little bit from Collingwood, so they need to pull their socks up. But they're just having a little bit of trouble stopping the train of the Gold Coast. Comes in, lines up, and drills another goal for the Gold Coast. So Gold Coast now, out to a 31-point lead. She's starting to spread out a little bit too wide now. 11-9, 75. Collingwood 6-8, 44. 20-minute mark of the third quarter. And it's all Gold Coast Suns here in this match. They've been pretty much well on top the entire game. As you can see, the little worm. As you can see, the worm here. Gold Coast. I should just call them the Suns. The Suns started off well. Collingwood came back. They got their nose in front here, but ever since 4 minutes through that second quarter, it's all been the Suns who have just extended their margin. All right, back in the centre. Collingwood have got the ball. Pendlebury runs to 50, has a shot on goal. He launches. It looks good. It's straight. It's home, and a well needed goal by the Collingwood captain to bring that margin back to 25 points with 5.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It's like when Collingwood get that run and they can just open up the field and catch Gold Coast napping. That's when they've had their best opportunities today. They've just got to believe if they get the next goal, they'll be certainly pumped, and then we'll see what happens from there on in. 13 disposals for Scotty Pendlebury. He's had 3 clearances, and that was his first goal of the game. Back to the centre. The umpire is going to bounce the ball. Darcy taps it down. Gold Coast got the toe out of the middle. Winsk kicks and marks again for the Gold Coast. 20 metres out. So Gold Coast again with that quick reply. Can reply with that fast goal within 30 seconds. So taking his time, taking a deep breath or two. He's coming in. Only on about a 15-degree angle. Shouldn't be too difficult. He kicks it, but he's kicked it to the right and it's hit the post. That's hit the post. So that's a bit of a let off there for Collingwood as Gold Coast just get the one behind there. They move on to 11-10-76. Collingwood 7-8-50. But it's kicked in from the back from Collingwood. A terrible kick, and it's been a turnover. Gold Coast again with the ball. Marks. Kicks over to the Suns, and the Suns mark again on the 50. Who's going to have another shot on goal. I think this range may be a little bit beyond him. He's going to be kicking from about 56 metres. It's going to take some effort. Bailey Humphrey is only age 19 on his 32nd game. Comes in, runs around, give it a little bit more, boosts it in long, down to the pocket, doesn't make the distance. Ball in dispute, ball on the ground. Gold Coast pick it up, snaps for the Gold Coast, but fades it and through for a behind. Whew. That's what we want. More behinds, no goals. All right, Collingwood take the ball out again. Kicked it. Collingwood. Joe Richards has got the ball over to the Goey. Here's a chance for the Pies. Lipinski, all on his own, takes the mark. Great kick there from the Goey. And Lipinski has a shot on goal for Collingwood. Pretty much straight in front, about 25 metres out. So this will be a good turnaround from the missed opportunity from Gold Coast to scoring a goal for the Pies. All right, Lipinski walking in. He's about to kick. He kicks and he fades it left. What's going on here? What's going on? He's missed an opportunity. So just behind for the Pies. Oh, well, it is Pride Unicorn Month. Well done. All right, so the Gold Coast have kicked it long. McAndrew flies for the ball, can't mark it. On the wing, Gold Coast have got the ball again. Players out, players open. Lukosius. He's going to kick it deep, I think. Pulls the kick. And Dave for the Gold Coast take a chest mark in front of Maynard. And the Gold Coast will line up again for another shot on goal. Sam Day. He's only had the 5 disposals. He's had 3 marks. He's had 1 score involvement. It's his first opportunity for him to put a major on the board. 31 metres out, 49-degree angle, comes in and He makes no mistake. He slots it straight through the middle for the Gold Coast. And the Gold Coast move on now. 12-11-83 to 7-9-51 Collingwood. We're out to a 32-point margin. And this isn't looking good. But don't write the Pies off just yet, folks. Don't write the Pies off just yet. They've been known to come back. But that being said, you know, by watching the game, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. Hey, Ryan, what's this? Go Gold Coast Suns. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You should be saying go Pies. Go Pies. You know, Ryan, I actually thought to myself, as I said to Adrian in his live before, I said, I expect Gold Coast to win this game. I expect even though Collingwood were favourites, I expect Gold Coast to win. Here we go. Cameron wins the centre. Out to Collingwood. Richards snaps in. Bobby Hill. Lipinski snapped for goal. It's up. It's high. And there's the quick reply from the Magpies. They get one back. I tell you what, they don't make it look as easy, but they got it back, and that's what counts. Gold Coast, 12-11-83. Collingwood now move on to 8-9-57. A well-needed goal for the Pies. I tell you what, it's hard work. It's hard work, but they got there. As I said, they're still not clean with the ball. They're still not clean, but they got there. All right, so we're looking for another. We want one more. We want one more goal for the Pies before going into the final quarter. But that being said, what are we? We're 27 points down. Yeah, one more goal would make it a very interesting. All right, ball up. Ball in dispute again. They all jump on it. And, of course, we're going to have another ball up here. We've got 1:17 left on the clock in this third quarter. Balls bounce, rucks go up. Darcy hits the attack out. Dacos knocks it over. Inside 50 for Collingwood. They're both chasing for the ball. He does a little bit of a tap. Down to a minute now. Gold Coast have got the ball. McAndrew just spanks it away. Wisp puts it to ground. Dacos, Quaynor. But turns it over with a kick on the 50-metre on the Collingwood. Gold Coast with the mark now. Looking to go forward. They're just going to settle a game down with only 30 seconds left on the game. They don't want to do anything too silly. But here we go. Gold Coast are coming forward again. Seconds ticking down. 1-on-1, top of the square for the Gold Coast. But Hoskinelli wins out onto his left. Kicks it out wide to Richards. Is time enough? 9 seconds. 7, 6. He needs to kick it fast. I think the siren's going to beat him. He's looking, but the siren's going to go, and he's lost that opportunity to put it forward deep for Collingwood to give him that one last chance. But the stage is set now, folks, for the final quarter here at the People's First Stadium. Gold Coast leading Collingwood 12-11-83 to Collingwood 8-9-57. 26-point margin, but stay tuned, folks, because it ain't over yet. It ain't over yet. All right, let's have a little bit of a look at the stats. Well, we've got 5 minutes before the final quarter. All right, I'll have a look at those stats in a moment. Just 1 second, folks. I'll be back in 1 moment. All right, we're back, folks. Thanks for that. I know the Suns are going to win. Keep the Dockers in the top 4. That's what I said, Adrian. That's what I said. Remember, I said I think the Suns will win this game. You know, I remember going up and watching Collingwood play the Suns up there in Brisbane or on the Gold Coast, and we're going well at that stage. I can't remember whether that was the year we actually won the flag or not, but yeah, the Gold Coast did exactly the same. You know, they're a good side. The Gold Coast are a good side up there. So, but that's all right. If we lose this one, I'll tell you what, next Friday night is going to be a massive game between Collingwood and Essendon. There we go. Let's have a look at a little bit of these stats here for the players, for the people out there keeping tabs on the stats. We've got Sam Flanders, who continue to be the leading ball magnet with 28 disposals on the ground, 11 kicks, 17 handballs, 3 marks, 2 tackles, 6 clearances. So he's having a real good game there. Noah Anderson with 26. Of course, Nick Dacos, the leading possession getter for Collingwood with 22, as you can see. All Gold Coast players there with the leading possessions, so they definitely have had the ball. They've been well and truly in control of the ball. So, yeah, need to change that around. Let's run down this a little bit more to give everyone a look at the stats for all the stat takers out there. There we go. So both subs have been injected into the game now. All players have got stats and possessions there. Let's go and have a look at the goal kickers. Of course, Ben King's, he's the man doing the damage up there for the Gold Coast Suns. He's kicked 4 goals. He's had 8 kicks and he's kicked 4 goals. So he's doing fantastic. Brody Mychek, after kicking a couple goals there in the first quarter, he's been a little bit unsighted since then. So we need a big lift from here. There we go. Scotty Pendlebury up to 13. He's had a quiet day on anyone's record. Nick Dacos, 22 possessions. DeGoey, 15. Lipinski, 14. They're the high for Collingwood. And, of course, as we said before, Flanders, Anderson, and Miller are the 3 top possession getters for the Gold Coast. So we're all right, so there we go. We're about to start. And I think Bo McCreary's got a calf injury there for Collingwood, which doesn't look too good. So he was the man who was subbed out. So that's not good. That's not good. Yeah, the Suns just can't win on the road. That's true. Let me have a look. Who they got matches around? The Suns next. Well, the Suns. I tell you what. Next week's game should be pretty good. The Gold Coast Suns play North Melbourne. I know North Melbourne are on the bottom of the ladder. And they had a little bit of an off day, I think, North Melbourne today. They didn't bring that pressure that was seen over the last few weeks. So we'll see if the Gold Coast can actually win that. And then they might, skip a couple of teams and jump into the 8. They're a team that, you could definitely one to worry about. Not liking the score, I know. We had a few chances there, Paul. The Pies had a few chances. Of course, Gold Coast had a few chances. But the chances the Gold Coast had, they grabbed with both hands and scored quickly. All right, starting off on the last quarter. Come on, Dough Pies. Let's get this game a little bit closer. Hopefully, we want a close game. But Gold Coast take it out of the centre. It's inside their 50. Side bottom can't handle the ball. Flicked it over his head. Quaynor grabs it, tackled, and the umpire will ask for the ball, and we'll have a ball up. What do you mean loving the score, Adrian? My goodness, my man. All right, Josh Dacos just copped a whack in the back of his head. No free kick. Umpires, come on. Has he injured his shoulder? Josh Dacos. He's down. He's having a bit of a feel, but that was a bit of a banger. All right, ball up on the 54 Gold Coast. Noble takes it, tackled quickly, and we're going to ball it up again. Ball up, knocked into the 50. Noble gets it, just puts it on his boot, kicks it out of defence, but straight to the Gold Coast Suns' hands, who takes the mark. Ainsworth, inside 50. Kicks it to Lander, who's on his own, but reaches and can't quite take the mark. Still, Gold Coast has a snap for goal. Touched on the line. And it's rushed through for one behind for the Gold Coast Suns. Maynard he's got the ball, plays on quickly, uses his full measure to DeGoey. DeGoey out bustled. Gold Coast now with that mark, spanks it deep inside their 50, goes left to goal and out of bounds. All right. Umpire. Winston Cameron go up for the ball. No one wins it. Gold Coast Suns got the ball. Tackled. Drops the ball. Free kick. Collingwood finally gets a free kick. Josh Dacos, good tackle. Strong. Over to Noble. Takes a bounce. Has a run. Kicks it short to Pendlebury. Pendlebury takes the mark. Looks to play on, but doesn't. Tries to fake for the 50. Now he plays on. Short kicks. Looks for Myercheck, who takes a strong mark. He's over to Dacos, who gets the free kick, but Dacos plays on. Kicks, smothered. But then Dacos weaves. He's got the ball back. Handballs. Who's over to Bobby Hill. Bobby Hill snaps and goals for the Magpies. Bobby Hill, baby. One back for the Pies. There we go, folks. We're back to 3-3. Collingwood move on to 9 goals, 963 to the Gold Coast Suns, 12-84. The game is on. It was probably just as well because Myercheck kicked it over to DeGoey, who took the mark inside 50 at about the 35-metre mark, but there was a free kick off the ball to Dacos, putting him back outside 50. I'm not sure why that happened. In the end, the result was the right result. All right, maybe that'll give him a little bit of oomph, a little bit of fire. Come on, Pies. 4 minutes into the final quarter. Ball goes up. Rucks go at it. No one wins it. Crisp out of the centre. Loses the ball. Stripped. Gets it back. Kicks back into the 50. Danger. Howe. Dacos. Grubbers the goal. Oh. How did that miss? It hit the post. Nick Dacos. So another behind for Collingwood, 9-10, 64. 20 points adrift now of the Suns. Suns bring it back in, out past the 50. Powell kicks it long, kicks it down to Winsk. Marks. Kicks out wide. Suns take another mark. Centre wing. Gold Coast Suns into attack, kicks it long. And Day has taken the mark for the Gold Coast Suns. Kicking from about 45 metres, about 3 metres inside from the boundary, an acute angle. This is going to be a tough one. Sam Day, he's had 6 disposals today. He's had 4 marks and he's kicked a goal. Lining up for his second. Not what the Collingwood supporters are looking for. Comes in, kicks it, ball's on its way. It looks nice off the boot. Fading left though, and just through for one behind. Gold Coast move on. 12-13-85, Collingwood 9-10-64. Noble bringing it in from the back. No one stands the mark, runs his full measure, kicks it long. Down the spine to my check. Can't mark. Ball's in dispute. Gold Coast have got it back. Miller, Ainsworth, Holman chips it over. And Moore comes in for the spoil. But it looks... Hang on, what's going on here? Moore comes over with the spoil and the umpire said he whacked him in the head. It's a free kick. It's a free kick to the Gold Coast. There we go. So Gold Coast have got a shot on goal. He's going to do the Bananarama on his left foot. Plays on. Hits the ball fat. No score. And it goes across the face of goal and out of bounds on the full. There's a little bit of justice for you. Moore's got the ball now. Plays on. Kicks across the face of goal. To Maynard. Maynard marks. Kicks it to Josh Dacos, who can't take the mark. Holman's all over him. Ball's in dispute. Dacos beats two players. Over to his brother Nick Dacos. Runs, handballs. He was dumped late, so it's a Collingwood free kick. We've got advantage. Pendlebury turns the handball over. Gold Coast again. Berry's got it. Now he's running down the wing. Berry takes two. Two bounces, kicks it long. It's all Collingwood in the back and spoils the ball over the line for one behind. Oh my gosh, what a game, what a game. Quainer out of the back to Noble. Noble. Hill. DeGoey. DeGoey handballs back to Hill, running through the middle. Side kick. Nick Dacos takes a mark. 50.5 metres out from goal. Dacos, is he going to line up? No, he decides to go for the short pass. Lace out. And he hits Howell. Howell's taken a good mark. Great lead from Howell. He's about 20 metres out. Very little angle. Oh no, Pies, why? All right, we need this one. We need this one to bring this back to a 16-point margin. Jeremy Howe, 14 disposals, 3 marks, 3 score involvements. Not a bad game. Comes in, goes for the kick. The goal umpire does not move, and it's straight through the sticks for a major for the Magpies. Nice one, Howe. Nice one. I'll applaud you for that one. Magpies now move on 10-10-70. Gold Coast 12-14-86. The Gold Coast may be starting to look a little bit nervous at the moment because they know the Pies, they're the team that comes back, folks. Here we come. That's it, Paul. Here we come. I'll tell you what, if we get the next one, it'll be interesting. That being said, Gold Coast are still playing pretty good football here. As I said, can Gold Coast keep this up for 4 quarters? Their pressure and everything across the board. No, they've been in control pretty much most of the game. Collingwood have been hanging in there. Let's hope that the final quarter is Collingwood's quarter. Umpire bounces it, rucks go up. Dacos grabs it, tackled, and the umpire will call for the ball and we'll have another ball up. Quick clearance from the Suns into there. Quainer loses the ball. Berry, Maynard tackles. Ball in dispute. Lukosius, little toe poke. Gold Coast have got it. Been tackled hardly by 3 Collingwoods. Like the crowd calls for holding the ball, but the umpire says, I don't think so. Now give it to me and we'll ball this one up. In the back half, Pendlebury's got it now. Puts it on the boot. Goes for Dacos, but the spoil comes from the Suns player and it puts out of bounds. Maynard looks a little bit sore with the right knee. He's coming off the ground. He's just going to go and get that worked on. Hopefully that's not too much to worry about. Must have copped a little bit of a corky there in the knee. Ball thrown back in. Rucks go at it. DeGoey, handball. Harrison. Lipinski finds Howell. Centre half forward. Howell's got the ball for Collingwood. Handballs to the Hoskin Elliott. Kicks. Ball smothered. Side bottom. Gathers the ball. Side steps. Snaps on his left. That's not going to reach it. Sullivan's got it. Tackled. And it's going to be a ball up. 3 metres out from the Collingwood goal. Right beside the point post. Ball thrown up. Ball still in dispute. Gold Coast got it. Handball. Kicks. Does the kick stay in? It just stays in and then bounces over the line. About 65 metres around from the Collingwood goal. So I think I just heard Nobles off the ground. And Maynard. So hopefully they come back on. Ball thrown in. Rucks go at it again. Tapped over to Goey. Taps it over, but only goes to the Gold Coast player who's through the centre. Gold Coast, can he pick it up? He can't, so he toe pokes it off the ground. Only as far as Hoskin Elliott, who rebounds. Kicks to Dacos, but Gold Coast intercept. There's turnovers left, right and centre here at the moment. Collingwood with the ball. Inside 50, Richards. Kruger. Knocked to the ground. To go, he's got the ball. Running into goal. Having a ping from the boundary. To go. He's kicked a goal from the boundary line. 40 metres out. Bang. Pies. Yes. Come on. Collingwood 11-10. 76, trail now only by 10 points, 12-14-86. I tell you what, folks, the Pies are coming and they're coming hard. I tell you what a goal from DeGoey. What a goal. There's just pressure. I tell you what, they're charging. Paul, they are charging. Adrian, you're watching, you can see it. They are charging. What a goal. He's kicked it on the boundary line. Oh, he loves it. High fives all round. Everyone's coming in for the high fives. All right, here we go. Here we go. Shout out to the manager if you're out in the background watching. Shout out to the manager. Thanks for coming in. All right, ball's been thrown up. Collingwood's got it. Nick Dacos, casual kick. To Crisp, back to Nick Dacos, who's having a big last quarter, chips it over. Bobby Hill couldn't get it. Back to Nick Dacos, sidesteps, shot for goal, bang, goal. Dacos, Nick Dacos, he's back, baby, he's back. Come on, boys, come on. Yes. I tell you what, you can feel the train rolling now, boys. You can feel the train rolling now. Here we go. Let's have a look at this worm. Have a look at this worm. Jeremy DeGoey, now Nick Dacos, and the Pies are back to within 4 points. 12-10-82. Trailed now only by 4 points. 12-14-86. And the steam train is a rolling. Rolling down a river. All right, we're back in for another centre bounce here. DeGoey in the centre. Rucks go up. Gold Coast win it. Gold Coast got the ball. Tackled hard by 2-3 Collingwood players. And we've got a ball up. I tell you what, there's been some massive hits in this game so far. But mind you, side bottom was pushed into him. Here we go. Ball's up, side bottom, handballs out. Dacos. Toe poke. But Gold Coast regained the ball. Out on the wing. Mark to the Suns. Let me have a look there. More with the intercept and over the boundary line. I'm just checking that. Bobby Hill's got 1 goal, 1 goal, 1 to Bobby Hill. All right, so ball back in dispute, but it's been rushed over the boundary line once again. And Witz is hobbling the ruckman for the Gold Coast. He's done it hard today. All right, we've got 10 minutes, 22 seconds left in the final quarter. Rucks go up. Witz stood his ground, wins it, hits it out, but runs back over the boundary line. We're going to have another throw in. What a game we've got on our hands here, folks. What a game. We're back to 4-point margin. We're 17 minutes into this final quarter. We've got 10 minutes to go. Anyone's game. Come on, Pies. Ball thrown back in. No one wants it. Crisp. Out to Lipinski. Collingwood with the ball. Bobby Hill. Worm burner. Only as far as the Suns player. But smothered again by Bobby Hill. Good second and third. Over the boundary line, we're going to have a throw in. Centre wing. Collingwood continue chant. Collingwood. Absolutely. YRS edits. How you going? Welcome in. How long to go? There's 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes on the clock left. 10 minutes. All right, here we go. We're back midfield. Gold Coast have got the ball. Pies are pressuring, tackling. Dacos puts the tackle on. Ball away. Gold Coast regain the ball. Short kick, Lukosius. To Graham. Gold Coast have got it. About 70 out. Kicks it into the forward pocket for the Suns. No one can mark. And it's been thumped towards the boundary and over the boundary line. We're going to have a ball in. Whew, I tell you what. Come on, Pies. We need to get it back down there. He hasn't played too bad, Bobby. Today he's tried to do a few things and it hasn't been too bad. All right, ball being thrown back in. But no one can get out. The players all jump on it and we're going to have a ball up. 9 minutes left here in this final quarter. Gold Coast by 4. All right. Who's got the ball? It's in dispute at the moment. Again, it's a very tight game here. The ball's getting up and the players are getting on it. And another ball up. Rucks go at it. Kruger. DeGoey. Out to Dacos. Off the side of the boot for Dacos. Markov gets on it and goes. Kicks it down the wing. Looking for Howe. Can't take the mark. Thumped away by McAndrew. Gets it back. Back to forward 50 of the Gold Coast. But there's Quainar taking a strong defensive mark. DeGoey takes the mark. Looking for his options. Goes back to Moore. No, it's Brampton. Brampton's now got the mark. Pulls the kick to Lipinski. Lipinski's got the mark. Still deciding where to go. He decides to go long down the wing. Players up. No one can take the mark. Gold Coast come away with it through the midfield. Chips and marks. Today kicks it long inside the Suns. Humphreys, Quaynor. Darcy in. Cameron. Still in dispute. Gold Coast have got it. Fighting the fight. Puts a little dribble ball on. But safe and through for behind. Gold Coast go to 12-15-87. Collingwood 12-10-82. We've got 7.5 minutes remaining in the final quarter. Hoskin Elliott takes it out of the back line. Kicks straight down the corridor. Not a great option. It's back in the hands. Koshis. Long shot on goal for the Suns, but it fades to the right and another behind. Another behind for the Suns. All right, we've got to use the ball a little bit more wisely here. Hoskin Elliott again. Just runs his distance. Midfield, again, the Gold Coast come up. Kicks it in. Josh Dacos puts the defend on. Has the ball. Moves left and right. Chips. Nice. Joe Richards. Over to Joe Richards now for Collingwood. Has the mark. Back over to Josh Dacos. Whisk off the ground for the Gold Coast. Their ruckman's off the ground. Over to side bottom. Out on centre wing. Kicks it to the leading player. Powell. Can't take the mark, but he was infringed with. Takes the free kick. Side bottom run pass. Takes the mark. And here comes. Ooh. Inside 50. Myercheck snaps. And across the face, a goal for a behind. Wowee. Got a 5-point ball game here. All right, Gold Coast take it out of there. 50. Kicks it down to the wind. Comes inboard a little bit. Holding on Quaynar. Quaynar gets the free kick. Oh, he's kicked it to what's name, but it's fallen short, and the Gold Coast have got the ball. But great tackle by Crisp, and the Gold Coast dropped the ball, but no reward. So back to the Gold Coast. They run it sideways. They're about 60 metres out from their goal with a mark. Ainsworth runs around, bombs it in long. Players go up, but Cameron takes a strong mark. 5.5 minutes remaining. It's time to go, Pies. It's time. Let's go. Cameron over to Crampton. Kicks it long down the wing. Looking for Howe. Howe's been wrapped up with and hold on to. It's like he's been put in a blanket and he's got the free kick. Howe moves it on quickly. Here we go. Richards out on his own. Short kick to Kruger. And Kruger takes a mark. 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. This to put the Pies back in front. We've got 5 minutes left remaining in this game. What a finish. What an exciting finish. I'm not going to jinx Kruger here. He's had 6 disposals for today. He's kicked 1 behind. He's yet to put a major on the board. I'm not going to jinx him, Eddie, but he's a very accurate kick. Kruger coming in over the 50, 45, lets the ball go. He kicks the ball. The goal umpire does not move. It's over his head and it's a goal. It's a goal. Let's go, Pies. The Pies. Let's go. Come on. The Pies in front. The Pies have hit the front in this final quarter. We've got 4.5 minutes to go, and the Pies go to 13-11-89. Gold Coast Suns 12-16-88. They trail the Pies now. Come on. I tell you what, the Pies, they look on top in this final quarter. It's theirs to lose. This game. The next centre clearance will be vital for both sides. Kruger is now on the having a rest. The last 10 goals, Kruger, Dacos, DeGoey, Howe, Hill, Lipinski for the Pies. So we kicked the last 6. Ball bounces up the centre. Gold Coast have it. DeGoey tackles, wrapped him up. Turnover, back to the Gold Coast. Handball, but there comes side bottom, takes the ball, kicks it inside 50. The chase is on. Gold Coast lead. Handball's out in front, kept it alive. The ball's moving forward with no one taking clear possession. Gold Coast have it. Collingwood get the ball back inside 50. That was just a terrible kick. He's kicked to no one on the Gold Coast mark inside Collingwood 50. 3:50 left on the clock. 1 point the difference. Kicks it. Oh, Gold Coast through the centre. They're out here. The Gold Coast now. Chano's making the run down. Gold Coast have a shot on goal. And if you can hear my response, folks, the Gold Coast has put it through for a major. The Gold Coast back in front here. The Gold Coast now 13-16, 94. Come on, Pies, 13-11, 89. They were just left flat-footed there, the Magpies, and the Gold Coast just got over the back with that one broken tackle. Was good enough to get them over the back, shot on goal, and put them back in front. That's not a beautiful thing, Eddie. That's not a beautiful thing. Ben Long, 15 disposals, 4 inside 50s, 2 goals. TV Bricks, lol, how you going? Come on, Pies. All right, we're back in the centre. 3:30 left on the clock. Gold Coast by 5. Rucks go up. Ball still in dispute. Ball on the ground. Dacos tackled. Wrapped up. Out to the ground. Throw out from the Gold Coast, but they get away with it. So the Gold Coast Suns, they drive it back inside 50. In dispute. More on it. Popped out by the Gold Coast. Has a snap-on goal. And 2 goals in 30 seconds for the Gold Coast Suns. No! Where has this come from? The Gold Coast Suns were rattled. They were rattled. 2 minutes ago, they were rattled. And here they come back. All right, so they are out to 11 points now. Collingwood, you need to pull your finger back out. You need to get running and do what you do best, and that's come home late. 3 minutes to go here. It's the Gold Coast by 11, 14-16. They've hit the 100. Collingwood 13-11, 89. I tell you what. I thought this game was just about in the fridge at EG when we hit the front. I never saw this coming. Gold Coast could rebound like this within the last 4 or 5 minutes. 4 minutes. Here we go. The bounce. Rucks go at it. Clearance again by the Suns. They get it again. High kick. Up. Players go up. Lukosius got there. Couldn't mark it. The Suns take the ball. Tackled hard. But the umpire says, give it to me. We'll throw it up. 2:45 left on the clock. Pendlebury can't get away. Crisp. Handballed. DeGoey over the top. Handballs to Bobby Hill, who can't take it cleanly. Gold Coast get it. Lost it. In disputes on the ground. Both chasing for it, but it comes out to the Gold Coast. And they are... No. Yep, Gold Coast are out here. They're over the back. But smothered the kick from Cameron. Pendlebury, handball, turned it over straight to Gold Coast, who kick it inside 50. It's a ground ball. Who's going to get there first? Lipinski. Over to Crisp. Took on and did not get the handball away correctly, and incorrect disposal. It's going to be holding the ball. Gold Coast free kick. That could have just been the ball game right there. Chips it over to Lukosius, who takes a mark on the 50. It could be within his range. It could not be. It may be, but all the same, he's going to take his full 30 seconds off the clock. We've only got 1:25 left on the clock. Time is running out for the Pies. The best I could think here would be a draw for the Pies if he misses and we get it straight from the back out. Here we go. 58 metres on a 12-degree angle. His kicking efficiency hasn't been that good, but we will see. Comes in, kicks 53 metres out. That's fading left, fading, and it's through Hines and 1 point. All right. So the margin is 2 straight goals. We got a minute left on the clock. Cameron's got it. Gives it to side bottom, who just launches nowhere. Howell on the 50, chips it over, and he's found Sullivan. Don't take any time, Sullivan. Collingwood's got it. He's going back. If this goes through, we've got 30 seconds to go. He kicks. It's a terrible, terrible kick, and it's gone right a goal. That was the chance to give them a chance. 25 seconds. He needed that goal to get it back to the centre. But it's an 11-point ball game. 25 seconds left on the clock. Gold Coast Suns, they're going to bring it in. Kicks it long down the wing. Players go up. Cameron marks, but time's running out for the Magpies here. He just launches with a bomb. Goes to no one. Harrison, Miller, side bottom. Launches for the torpedo. Goes to goal, but marked on the boundary line for the Gold Coast. And there's the siren, folks. There is the siren. The Gold Coast Suns have hung on in what was one hell of an exciting final quarter, where they led the final quarter by about 20 points going into it. Collingwood did all they could to get the lead back. They led by a point, but then, of course, the Gold Coast Suns, they lifted and they lifted and they lifted where it was needed. And they got over the line. They kicked those 2 vital goals, of course, which sealed the fate of the Magpies, which have been known to come back. You know, we had joy there for a few minutes there while we hit the front again. But there we go. The Gold Coast Suns, they win their home game against the Magpies. It was a fantastic game. Take nothing away from the Magpies or the Suns, who were victors. I tell you what, it was a great game. It was an exciting game to watch. Of course, I think the result went the wrong way. You know, being a Collingwood supporter and the Gold Coast winning, good effort by Suns to come back after going behind. That exactly right. Yeah, normally, Paul, when that happens, you know, the Pies sort of can get on top and run away. But yeah, they really dug deep and found something extra, the Suns, and they came back, and it was a little bit exciting. But there we go. I sort of had that feeling that the Suns might take this victory out today, even though Collingwood were favourite. But it was a good game. It was a good game, you know. I think some of the players that Collingwood got back, definitely Pendlebury, he definitely looked like he needed the run. To go, he wasn't too bad. He did a little bit late. He looked like he needed the run. But it was a shame for Quainer, who was celebrating his 100th. But then again, you know, hats off to Gold Coast. They performed well today. They gave it their all, and you know, they got that will to fight and that will to fight and that will to fight. And they hung on and they gave it all. They had great pressure. They were pretty much on top of the game for most of the day, apart from that last quarter where Collingwood came back. But you know what? All in all, it was a good game, folks. It was a good game. Let me just wrap over here and we'll just have a look at some of the players' stats for everyone who follows us stats. There we go. Noel Anderson, top of the table there with 39 possessions for the Gold Coast, with 16 kicks, 23 handballs, 8 marks, 5 tackles, 5 clearances. Sam Flanders next best with 33, 32. For Nick Dacos came out with a good last quarter there with 32, as he does, the little champion from the Magpies, with 19 kicks, 13 handballs, 2 marks, 5 tackles, 3 clearances. A little bit shy on the clearances today. He usually gets a few more there, but nonetheless, he did reasonably well. It probably didn't help also that we had McCleary and Maynard were a little bit injured in that last quarter, so they couldn't really take much part in the strength. They were off the field for a bit, so hopefully they'll be okay for next week's game. Ben Ainsworth was pretty instrumental. He was pretty good too with 28. Willie Graham, 21. Let's just have a look at the goal scorers for all the good folk out there who follow the goal scoring and see where the goal scorers come from. So we've got Ben King, who kicked 4 goals. He was well held probably in that last quarter, which was great. What a game. Good work, Suns. It was, I tell you what, it was a great game to watch, Richard. Whether you barrack for Collingwood or the Suns, if you're just a football fan in general, it was a great game. It was a great game to watch. It was exciting. All those lead changes and the turnovers and the ups and downs, the pressure. It was high. So, no, it was a great game. So there we go. Ben King topped the goal scoring with 4. Brody Myercheck with 2. Of course, they got those in the first half pretty much, and they were a little bit quiet after that. Jake Lucasis with 2 for the Suns. Ben Long 2 for the Suns. Jordan DeGoey came in late with 2 for the Pies. Nick Dacos also got 2. Ben Ainsworth 2 for the Suns. And then we've got single goal scorers to Pendlebury, Lipinski, Kruger, Howe, Will Hoskin-Elliott for the Pies. Then we've got 1 goal to Nick Holman for the Suns. Bobby Hill for the Pies got 1. And we've got Graham Flanders, Day, and Dacos. The others rounded out with the 1. Let's have a little bit of a look at some of the team stats, if that interests you at all out there. Disposals, there we go. So Gold Coast well on top of disposals, 400 to 328. The kicks that's pretty much around even. And of course, the handballs, the Gold Coast Suns definitely did a lot more of that handballing today. And that was always pretty much standard for the game set after the first quarter, where they're about 50% more handball than Collingwood. Inside 50, 68 to 50. So 18 more inside 50s. That may have been the tail of the story, but that being said, Collingwood had their chance to get the win today after they hit the front, but just too strong. Gold Coast coming back. Disposal efficiency, just a little bit below average for both teams there today. Inside 50 efficiency. Collingwood were up, and Gold Coast were actually up as well on the averages. Free kicks, 17 to 18, pretty much the same there. The stoppages, pretty much everything's pretty similar there. As I said, there was very, very little between the teams today. Possessions, as you can see, Gold Coast, they found space a little bit more with an extra, 70 uncontested possessions there. And of course, that didn't help Collingwood. They had 14 more turnovers than the Gold Coast, so that probably hurt them a little bit more there. T-Name Ben Megalove shout, welcome in day. The manager is in the house. Good to see you. How you going? I hope you're going well there. So Mikey, Megalove shout out. Megalove shout out day. Megalove shout out. Hey T-Name from Paul. So there we go with some of those. The marks, Gold Coast definitely outmarked Collingwood today by 22. The marks inside 50, well, there you go. She was pretty high pressure from both sides with only 11 marks inside 50. Contested marks, there we go, 5 to 2 stoppages. Scoring, there we go. Time in front. We hit the front, the 29-minute mark. And the last goal, the first quarter. Biggest lead, 13 points. Biggest lead was 13 points. Can you believe it? No, hang on a minute. 13 points, quarter 1. Hang on, they got out to 20. They got out to about 31-point lead. So I'm not sure what that is. There we go. Defensive tackles, there we go. Collingwood bringing the heat as always. That being said, Gold Coast Suns, they did have far more space. Tackles inside 50. Gold Coast Suns, definitely more efficient there. A lot more pressure. That's where the pressure come on, and that definitely stopped Collingwood from scoring, whereas Collingwood only had 7 defensive tackles there. So in general, 5 to 6 bounces, 1%ers. The 1%ers can make a little bit of a difference in the game as well. 51 to 39, Gold Coast did a little bit more of that. So there is the final score. Let me just roll that back up. Center all. So there it is. A little bit disappointing for the Magpies, folks. Very happy Very happy, Adrian and Richard and all the Gold Coast Suns people out there that wanted them to win and the Pies to lose, but they had too much pride. I tell you what, they both gave it their all. They definitely both gave it their all. Neither side gave up today, which was great to see. You know, and that's saying that hard. So it was a good game. It was a great game to watch, and you know, I hope a lot of people got to see a great game today. Even through watching the scores, you know, the margin got out and then it came back, and then the league changed, and within last 4 minutes of the game, you know, the Pies hit the front, and then within the next 30 seconds, Gold Coast kicked the two final winning goals. So there you go. What a game. What a game, folks. Another great game here between the Suns and the Pies. You're going to watch the Freo highlights. That was another good game too. That was another good game too. Sydney had a chance to win after the siren, but couldn't get the job done, and Freo hung on. So we've had a couple of exciting games. So the next game I might do, folks, is the Geelong Essendon game, but I will do that on the portrait mode. That'll probably hit the short shelf. That'll be on the portrait mode, not on the StreamYard mode as such, like we're here. But you'll still have the same board, and probably the commentators. You'll be able to listen to the commentators. Hopefully that comes through clear enough so you can hear the commentators cover that. But I'll have that up next, the Geelong Essendon. I want to save a little bit of StreamYard hours for next Friday night when Collingwood take on Essendon, a big game where we definitely don't want to lose that one, or that one could put us out of the 8. And that could boost Essendon further up the ladder. I think Essendon's... Let me have a look. I think Essendon is... Let me just check the ladder. Collingwood's still 5th on the ladder with 105.8%. And the Gold Coast Suns now jump up the ladder with 32 points. They're sitting 9th on 106%. So if you have a look at that, folks, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams within a game. Freo are actually sitting 3rd at the moment, Addy. Freo are sitting 3rd with 38 points with an average percentage of 111.3. I think Carlton will probably go a game up. They look like they'll be victors as well. I think they play Richmond, so Carlton should have a win there. I think the loss to Sydney doesn't make much difference to them because they are still 3 games clear, or probably, you know, after Carlton, if they win, they'll be 2 games clear and percentage. So that's pretty much like 3 games. So that's all right. But an exciting game. But definitely a game we should have wanted to win today. But you know, that being said, we've got another chance next Friday night against Essendon. A massive game that should draw a crowd of around 85,000 at the MCG. So it should be an absolute cracker. But you know what? I will head off. I'll leave the scoreboard up just in case anyone wants to trickle on in for another 5 minutes. That sounds all right, because I need to check the matches. When is... Oh, okay, yeah. So the other game is about 5 minutes away, the Essendon-Geelong game. And, of course, the other games we've got on, which are live now, are the Crows, Adelaide Crows, and the GWS Giants. So there we go, the other games that are on at the moment. But I'll probably put the other one back on in a moment. There we go. Richmond Tigers win tomorrow. Thank you, Mike. Good luck. I tell you what, Ryan. We're all cheering for the Tigers tomorrow. We would all like to see the Tigers win and keep those top teams pretty tight. So it makes it for a very interesting second half of the season. And, second half of the season. And then it's anyone's chance. Because as we know, first and second first and second are pretty vital to stay on top of the ladder. So if you get to the finals, you do get that home final. So that's always very important. But yeah, look, you know what? We'll barrack for the Tigers for you, mate. We'll barrack for the Tigers for you. It should be good. They will, so Dockers can finish top 2. I tell you what, imagine that would be interesting, Eddie. Like if Sydney and Dockers finish top 2, both with home finals, that could put a little bit of a scare through the rest of the competition. It'd be interesting. Be very, very, very interesting. Definitely something they need. I think they need the home ground advantage for sure to move forward. All right, folks, that's me. I'm out. I will leave this up just for about another 3 minutes, and then I'll kick off with the Essendon Geelong game down there. I don't know who we want to win this game, Adrian. I don't know what's better for who. Is it Geelong? Is it better for them to win? Or do we want Essendon to actually win, and that keeps extra gap between Geelong and that? So, it's a hard one, but good luck. Anyway, thanks all for tuning in today to the Gold Coast Suns Collingwood game. A fantastic game. Very, very exciting one right till the end. As I said, congratulations to the Gold Coast Suns. Commiserations to Collingwood. But that being said, it was a great game. I enjoyed it, even though the Pies didn't quite get the victory today. All right, folks, I will see you in a little bit. As I said, I'll be off camera for the next game. It'll just be through the phone on the shorts, so you'll be able to catch that anyway. All right, I'll leave this up for another 2 minutes, and then I'll end the stream for all the latecomers in to check the score. All right, folks, thanks very much. Ciao for now, and we'll see you in the next live. Peace out.